school, if you asked any of the students who their favorite teacher was, their answer would be Miss Cook. She was a teacher that cared about her students, fought for them, always encouraged them to follow their dreams, and you always had fun in her class. Because of this teacher, I have always known I wanted to be an educator. I am now at Liberty University studying to be an educator, and during the summer, I am a daycare teacher. Even though I know that a teacher's job can be difficult and filled with many obstacles, I see it as a chance for God's work to be used. By the end of this speech, you'll know exactly what a teacher's job entails, and you will see how they use compassion and keep faith in God. Teaching is a job that requires a lot of training and is not a simple 40-hour week. A teacher begins early in the morning with bus duty or carpool duty, goes to the students and instructs them with their curriculum, then has a 30-minute break for lunch, finishes out their day with the children, and ends with carpool duty and bus duty. However, some teachers must supervise extracurricular activities and coach sports teams. Then they go home and grade papers and finalize lesson plans. The journey to become a teacher is not a simple one. According to Pearson, you must first take the Praxis 1 and 2, the VCLA, then you must obtain a bachelor's degree in education, then you must apply for a student's licensure, and some people have to get a master's in education. According to Kennedy, the future for educators is not a guaranteed one, thanks to the economy and to budget cuts. Teachers are being forced to have larger classrooms, which decreases the amount of attention for teachers and students. A teacher's job is not only to teach children, but to also be a role model for them. The first value that I think of when teaching that they show to their children is compassion. The Daily News says, "In the years to come, teachers, your students may forget what you've taught them, but they will always remember how you made them feel." What propels a teacher is not to teach and to be with young children, but what underlies that is the ability to make a difference. A teacher must have the ability to notice when a student's needs are not being met and to figure out how to accomplish them. For example, if a teacher were to notice that a student was not performing well because of learning disabilities, then they must show compassion by figuring out how they can solve this problem and keep them on the right track. They must encourage them and show them that the obstacles won't keep them from their future. Pearson says, as a teacher, we are students' advocates. We must first support and defend them. And this is the definition of compassion and truly encompasses what God values. A teacher must not only see what the students are struggling in the classroom, but also in their daily lives. A famous quote from Donald D. Quinn says, "If a doctor, lawyer, or dentist had 40 people in their office, all at the same time with different needs, and some of whom didn't want to be there and who were causing trouble, and if the doctor, lawyer, or dentist also without assistance had to show professional excellence for 9 months, then they might understand what a teacher's job is. The daily headache they get from rowdy students, antsy administrators, and difficult parents is one that leads them coming to God." When Alvin spoke about teaching, he said, "Students may leave the teacher frustrated, stressful when dealing with the lack of accountability in testing, and frustrating when dealing with the educators and the lack of control they have. A teacher's day at work can leave them feeling defeated and frustrated, which makes them come to God." In Created for Connections, a teacher named Mr. Elzinga said, "I feel a great dependence upon the Lord when I'm teaching." He knew that he couldn't fulfill his job at teaching without the Lord leading him every day and showing him why he put each and every one of those students in his classroom. The most important part about teaching to me is when the teacher puts the faith in God and the student realizes that something is different about them. They start to yearn for what that teacher has. By keeping faith, the teacher has instilled a way for God to be used in their classroom. A teacher has a grueling yet fulfilling job, and yet, through their many struggles, they always show compassion and keep faith in God. So, the next time you step into a classroom, think about what that teacher has done for today, and also what they're trying to teach you outside of the classroom.